Yo, catch the boy Chris here. Welcome back to another video, and today will be matchmaking. UFC Seattle winners and losers. Yeah, let's get right into the winners. Starting off with the main event winner, Joe Pyfer beat Israel Adesanya in a good performance. I mean, he was getting pieced up on the feet for the first round, but he came back in the second round, took down Adesanya, stung him up on the feet, and won by ground and pound. He's now going to be ranked number 6 in the world, or around that range, and is going to have to fight above him. And the only two people that are going to have to fight down are Caio Borralho and DDP. I believe DDP is going to be fighting soon. These two are on relatively same timetable. Caio fights twice a year. Joe Pyfer is more active than that, I believe. This is the perfect fight to make. Caio is coming off of a win against RDR, but a very unimpressive victory. So I think he's going to be fighting down in the rankings. And I believe Joe Pyfer deserves to step up. I think he's fighting Caio next. It's either Joe Pyfer versus Caio, Joe Pyfer versus DDP. And I believe it's more realistic that he's going to be fighting someone, ethnic. So, body bags, dude, body cam off. No, Joe Pyfer's going to be fighting. He's good. He's good. I don't see him beating anyone above him, though. I think Caio beats him, and I'm not a big Caio fan. I don't think Caio's all that good. I think Joe Pyfer's a little too basic. Anyways, moving on to the co-main event. Alexa Grasso had one of the nastiest finishes I've ever watched in MMA, and I've been watching MMA for a while. I underestimated her. I had her losing that fight. I said she wasn't committed to the game. She fucking stiffed Macy Barber and then choked her out. I don't know how it was. It was ruled a KO, but it was a submission. Brutal finish. So she's obviously getting shot back up in the rankings. She's fighting Manon she's fighting Manon next. Manon is just knocked out who? Jasmine. Who did she fight last? She knocked out whoever she fought in the first round. Both of them are coming off first round finishes. Obviously, Manon's not going to get the title shot because she lost to Valentina. So she's going to have to wait. Obviously, Alexa Grasso is not going to get the title shot. So make these two fight. Winner of them gets a title shot after Natalie Silva gets her title shot. And I believe Natalie Silva will beat Valentina. So this could be a number 1 contender fight for the Natalie Silva championship. And honestly, I don't know who I favor in this. I think Manon is way too big for Alexa, but I think Alexa's very good on the feet, very technical. It would be an interesting fight, and I think this is the fight they make, because Manon is, number 3 in the world, number 2 or 3. Alexa's 6. Anyways, moving on to the next fight. Michael Chiesa is retiring. There's not much to say about this. Happy retirement. One of the most, cherry-picked fighters of all time. This shows what loyalty can give you in this world. He didn't sue Conor McGregor or the UFC, and now a man who I don't think was ever ranked is getting a farewell fight in his city. Lorraine, what's his name? Lorraine Douglas. I'm just gonna call him Douglas. Douglas brutally knocked out Julian Erosa. Showed levels in that fight. He had Julian Erosa backing up, falling down to every punch. He stunned Erosa and knocked him down 3 times in a row with a jab. He fights very similar to Ilia Topuria. Fantastic striker. Kelvin Cater is now out of the rankings in the featherweight division. So I think you shoot Douglas up the rankings. I think you give him an experienced fighter. Give him someone with a name. After that performance, you have to shoot him up. I think you give him Kelvin Cater. Kelvin Cater's on a 5-fight losing streak. He needs a massive step down in competition. And Douglas is unproven, so I think that is a criteria that Calvin Kattar could use his vet experience to outdo Douglas, and there's a very high possibility Douglas is going to be the first fighter to knock out Kattar. So book this fight. And Kattar's been out of the game for what? He fought Steve Garcia, what, like fourth quarter of last year. Douglas took literally zero damage. Could be a May fight that they make, like a quick turnaround for Douglas. UC Belguriev fights Atiba Gutierrez. Atiba Gutierrez, I've been saying this whole year and last year, is the most cherry-picked fighter besides Mansar Abdulmalik. I think Belguriev will do Atiba just like he did Mansar. You could give right now Belguriev a middleweight ranked opponent, but I don't want to see him in the rankings just yet. I want him to fraud check one more prospect. Atiba is good, and he's going to slaughter Ozzy Diaz, but he's cherry-picked. He's cherry-picked just like how Mansar was. Mansar had 4 fights in the UFC, and he had terrible performances, and he didn't show that he was skillful at all. Atiba Gutierrez has shown that he is pretty good. He's a good striker. He does have some wrestling defense, but I don't think he's all that, and I want to see this fight, 2 surging prospects meet. I think Belguriev gets him out of there. I think Atiba has the best skill set to knock out Belguriev. He has that power. He walks forwards constantly, and he could catch Belguriev backing up with that tall man defense where he leaves his chin super high in the air. I think Atiba could knock out him, but I think Belguriev would have a very similar game plan to Mansar. Mansar injured back up, leg kick him, jab him, hit him with a bunch of combos, tire him out, then just destroy him on the feet. I want to see this fight. But, they're probably going to give Belguriev a ranked opponent next. Terrence McKinney should fight Blogioki. I talked about this in my, what was it, UFC 114 thing. This is just a firefight waiting to happen. Blogioki starts fast, very powerful, exactly the same as Terrence McKinney. And whoever wins this fight will get on the right track and could be looking at one more fight and then a ranked opponent, or even just a ranked opponent. I think Terrence McKinney would win this. I think he has more ways to win this. I think if he's not winning on the feet, he could take down Oki. And plus, Oki's on a 2-fight losing streak now. He's gone against heavy hitters in both of his last fights. He's been knocked out and subbed in his last 2 fights. He's fighting for his career here. He's fighting for his MMA, UFC career if he loses to Terrence McKinney. So I think he's going to go all out. This is just a firefight. And I think this would finally give Terrence McKinney the performance of the night. And I don't think Oki would just curl up in a ball like Kyle Nelson did. I think Oki would stand and bang with Terrence McKinney. And Oki's powerful. He could just chin Terrence McKinney bad. So, I think this is the fight you make. Tukif Masayev. Tufik fucking cheated his way to a win against Bahamondes. He grabbed the fence. He headbutted him multiple times on the ground. But he did have a good performance other than cheating his way to a fucking win. Cheating fuck. Should be cut from the UFC. I was going to put him in Eagle FC. But, he's put him against Alexander Hernandez. Alexander Hernandez is right away. He's like 1 fight away from being ranked. And if he beats Tukif, I think he would be a ranked fighter. Hernandez is very good. He maintains distance well. He's a good striker. He has pretty good wrestling. Great leg kicks. I think this would be an interesting kickboxing fight. I would give Tukif the speed advantage and probably the power advantage, but I think Hernandez is much more experienced. He's much more tested. And I mean, he was getting pieced up on the feet by Bahamondes in that first round and in the second round until he cheated. I think this is the fight they make. I mean, Hernandez doesn't really have an opponent. He was fighting Michael Johnson, and then his fight got canceled due to betting scandals. So I think this is the fight you make. Lance Gibson Jr. should fight Diego Ferreira. Diego Ferreira is like the fraud checker of all fraud checkers. He's a vet. He's crafty. He's older now. He's 41, I believe. And I believe if Lance Gibson Jr. gets by him, I think he's a legitimate fighter. I cannot believe he beat Chase Hooper. I'm never picking Chase Hooper again. Both times I picked Chase Hooper, he got brutally fucking knocked out cold. I mean, Gibson's a good striker. He has power, apparently. I mean, he kind of beat a soy boy and fucking Chase Hooper just gave up. This is an interesting fight. I would book it. Tyrell Fortune versus Shamil Gaziev. Tyrell Fortune's going to be ranked tomorrow. He's going to be a number 8 in the world, around that 9 to 7 range. Shamil Gaziev's, I mean, Fortune's not going to be fighting up in the division. He's going to be fighting down in the division. And I believe someone that is in the rankings and is looking for an opponent within the next few months is going to be Shamil Gaziev. Shamil is coming off that brutal knockout loss to Waldo. Tyrell just beat Moisin Tybura, so that's not, he's not Tom Aspinall. I think this is a fight you make. It would be a fun fight to watch. Both guys gas out after the second round, so just book it. Why not? Who else do you book this guy against? I saw people booking him against the loser of Taliesin versus Sergey. Don't just ruin another prospect like that. Tyrell's not a prospect, but just don't ruin another heavyweight. Casey O'Neill. Casey O'Neill with a knockout in the women's division. She's very long, very good. She's very talented, incredibly talented. I'm surprised that she got that knockout. I picked Gabriela Fernandez, but I was proven wrong very quickly. First round knockout, you give her a step up in competition. I believe she's ranked number 12 in the world. You give her Tracy Cortez, who's number 8 in the world, 8 or 9, or she could be 7. You give her a step up. You test her against a wrestler. I mean, she's primarily a striker. Tracy is a wrestler. Tracy is very inactive. She's coming off of 2 back-to-back losses against Rose Namajunas and Erin Blanchfield. One by finish, one by decision. Give her Casey O'Neill. If Casey O'Neill wants to be active, this could be the next fight. Navajo Sterling versus Ion Cutelaba. Navajo finally got his first UFC knockout against Bruno Lopez. He called out Cutelaba, and Cutelaba on Instagram agreed to the fight, so just book this fight. And yes, I know you're going to probably ask, Ricky Simone did not win that fight. Since it's a draw, I have both him and Yanez in the win column, because neither of them got a loss. Ricky Simone has shown that he's not high level anymore. He has consistently let me down in his performances against Barcelos and Yanez. He has shown, he can only beat low-level competition, like Smotherman. But he is very durable. Give him Brady high stand. High stand is very good. Multiple first-round finishes. Great submission, great jiu-jitsu. This would be a fun striking fight, but the bread and butter of this fight will be the wrestling and jiu-jitsu game of both of them. High stand has been inactive for the last year. I think he ruptured something. He's been injured for a year. His last fight was in December or late 2024. So he should be looking for a fight relatively soon. Ricky Simone is going to need a couple months off, but he is relatively active in his career. So I just booked this fight. And on to Adrian. Yanez showed that he is very talented. I mean, I thought he was going downhill in his career, but he just put off probably his best performance against Ricky Simone. He somehow didn't get the win. Give him Cody Haddon. Cody Haddon is a great prospect. Uh, he was meant to fight Malcolm Wellmaker. He got injured. Yanez took like 0 damage in that fight against Simone. Just book these two. I think this would be a phenomenal striking fight. If Haddon wins, he obviously gets Yanez on his record, which is a very good win. And if Yanez wins, he could be looking at a top 15 ranking spot or a ranked fight. So book this fight. Alexa Thainara should fight Amanda Lemos. Number 8 versus number 14, 13. Just book this fight. I mean, Lemos is coming off multiple back-to-back losses. Thainara has won by finish in her last 2 fights. Oh, no, she didn't finish Bruno. She's coming off of a win against Bruno Brazil, who was completely undeserving of the fight. I don't know. Just book this fight. On to the losers of this card. Sadly, Israel Adesanya. Originally, I had Izzy retiring from UFC. In an ideal world, he would still compete, but not in UFC. He's clearly, lost a step. He looked phenomenal, though. He in that first round, he looked good, dude. He was going. I don't know what happened. I don't know why he started standing and just trading with Joe Pyfer. I have no fucking idea why he did it. He cost me like $200. I don't know why he did it. It was a terrible fight IQ. He wanted to get into a fight for some reason. So give him a fucking fight. Give him Gregory RoboCop. Give him one of the hardest hitters in the middleweight division. Give him one of the best wrestlers. Give him a test. Let RoboCop get that massive step up in competition after multiple phenomenal performances. Give him Izzy. Izzy's elusive. He could be hard to track down for RoboCop. RoboCop has multiple ways of winning this fight. Just book this fight. RoboCop's also number 8 in the world. He's super hot. He's gonna be looking for a He's gonna be looking for a step up in competition. He's gonna be looking for someone above him, and almost everyone above him is either booked or is looking for a fight now, or waiting for a title shot in a Mavov case, or they're already ideally booked. Izzy's the only one that's not booked. He didn't take that much damage. He just got ground and pound finished. He didn't even get hurt. I think this is a fight you make. But again, I wanted to get back to the point. Originally, I had Israel Adesanya following in the footsteps of Anderson Silva, going on a massive losing streak, and then going over to boxing and getting some wins. I think Israel Adesanya could go to boxing, he could be on the MVP card, like the boxing cards, not the one coming up soon, but he could be like that type of fighter. He could just be on those popular boxing cards. But clearly he still wants to be in the UFC, according to his post-fight interview. So, feed him to the fucking wolves. Macy Barber should fight Miranda Maverick in like 8 years after she recovers from that fucking brutal knockout. I like Miranda Maverick. I'm a fan of her. I think she's talented. I think she'd lose this fight, though. She doesn't have the physical dominance that Macy Barber has. But Macy Barber's going to come back in like a year. That was genuinely one of the most brutal finishes I've ever seen. Nico Price retired in the ring right after Chiesa. He didn't get an interview. He didn't get anything, but he did retire, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I watched him put down his gloves. Even if he didn't retire, please retire. Julian Erosa. I originally had him retiring, but at this point, just throw him against prospects. Give him Isaac Thompson. Thompson had a really good fight against Brito, and he hasn't fought since. Just start giving Erosa like straight up prospects, and if he wins, release the prospect. Mansar Abdul Malik. Brutal fucking fight. Brutal fight. He's very tough. He's shown that he does have some high skill. He is very skilled. He has great wrestling. He has some striking ability. Give him Cesar Almeida, who who will just stand and bang with him. Doesn't really have finishing potential. This will be a fun striking fight. I can see Mansur Abdul-Malik just using his physicality and just dominating Cesar Almeida. But you gotta give him some time off, Mansur. He took a lot of damage in that fight. Kyle Nelson should fight Dom Farfan. I think that's his name. Hold on, let me just check to make sure, because it does seem a bit racist that I don't know his name. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got it right. Dom Marfan. Dom Marfan just won his Road to UFC debut. He's officially signed to the UFC. He's very fun. He's a great striker. He's very entertaining. Kyle Nelson didn't take any damage in that fight. He wilted after a leg kick to the arms and just laid on the ground and got finished. So you give him a massive step down in competition. Give him Dom Marfan. Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see Fan's career. He is a prospect for me. I think he's very talented. He's very green, though. I think Kelton Nelson is a good test to see if Dom is actually going to be good in the UFC. Ignacio Bahamondes, I mean, don't punish him for that fight. He got robbed. He got cheated out of a win. He was schooling Masayev, and then he got cheated out of a win. Give him Tom Nolan. Tom Nolan is on a similar wavelength to Bahamondes, where they're 1 or 2 fights away from the rankings. Book them against each other in a couple months. Tom Nolan's not very active anyways. He could wait till like June or July to fight Bahamondes after Bahamondes healed from that brutal fight against fucking Tufik. Book this fight. Chase Hooper should go against someone that has no striking ability, has no threat on the feet. In Grant Dawson. Yes, Grant Dawson is probably higher up on the pecking order of the unranked lightweights. But, you know, he's fucking shit. Chase Hooper's shit. Grant Dawson's shit. They're both just wrestle and jiu-jitsu merchants. If Chase Hooper cannot get the fight to the ground and stall out positions and look for subs, he can't win a fight. If Grant Dawson gets hit on the chin, he can't win a fight. If he can't get the fight to the ground, he can't win a fight. And if he can't control you, he can't win a fight. This would just be a fight of 2 very shit fighters, but with 0 striking ability between them. So just book this fight. As you can tell, you know, neither of these are my favorite fighters. Though Grant Dawson did win me a lot of money when I picked Torres to knock him out in the first round. Marcin Tybura versus Walter Walker. Just book this fight over. This was originally meant to be the fight, but Walter Walker got injured. So just book this fight. Gabriela Fernandez should reevaluate her career after getting brutally knocked out in the first round. She's number 12 in the division. She has to fight someone unranked. She does not deserve to ranked fight. She has to defend her spot. And Veronica Hardy is one of the best unranked women's. So just give her a chance to be in the rankings. Bruno Lopez should never be in the UFC. I don't know how this dude still has a career. Just release him. Bruno Brazil is one of the... You know, she's gorgeous. She's a good striker, but she has no physicality, and she's very bad. I'm gonna be honest, she's not very good. She loses a lot of her fights. I think she's 1-1-1-1-1-1-1-1. She wins one, she loses one, she wins one, she loses one. Just give her against a bottom feeder in like the first fight of the night on a fucking random fight night. Give her Stephanie Lucindo. If you guys, agree with my picks, please tell me that in the comments. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye. Thank you for watching.